Hey guys, this is Drakkalan bringing you another Calibria Crystal Guardians video. In this video, we're just going to do a quick, condensed beginner's guide. This is for anybody that's brand new to the game that hasn't played. We're not really going to cover any information that pertains to existing players or people that have been playing for a while. So if you guys are new to the game's called Calibria Crystal Guardians, and it's just a standard gacha game. Basically, you're summoning for heroes, there's a little bit of RNG involved, and then you're collecting runes, which there's more RNG involved there. A lot of your power-ups for your units are coming from runes, but for a beginner, you're not going to worry too much about that. You're going to worry more about storyline and scenario progression. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So right here we've got two of the starting heroes. So the game's going to force you to go through its tutorial like most of these games do. And it's a good thing to do. It kind of gives you a breakdown of how the game works, where to find certain things within the menu, how to do summons, what the different summon scrolls and types do. So right here we've got the Guardian Knight at the top left, and we've got the Cleric in the bottom left. The Guardian Knight, you're not going to take him up past his max level, which starts out at 25. There's just no point to it unless you really just want to build him to help you with scenario clear. But in order to save time, save resources, and be as productive as possible, I'm just going to ask you to keep him at a level 25 as he levels throughout the scenario clearing, and don't put any heavy investments into him. Now, if you happen to summon 3 of these Guardian Knights, you could go ahead and feed those to him. That would increase his level cap to 30 and give him skill ups. So there's nothing wrong with that if you happen to summon them with all the scrolls they give you when you first start. Again, the summoning process, it's definitely RNG, so you're not sure what you're going to get. I've got another video about the best Nat 3s, so when you guys do start summoning, if you have a question about the best heroes to keep, which ones you don't want to keep, you can refer to that guide. The Cleric is a great unit. You can take her all the way up to 5-star. And when we talk about star levels, as you can see in the screenshots, you've got basically a Nat 1 in the game, Nat 2, Nat 3, Nat 4, and Nat 5. The max of any hero is Nat 6, but you have to level them up to get them to a 6-star, so it's not really a natural 6-star. No such thing as a natural 6-star. But there are Nat 5s, which are the rarest units in the game, and usually they're the more powerful units. The Nat 4s, which are also stronger units and great to have. Nat 3s are pretty common, standard average units. Nat 1s and Nat 2s are food for everybody else, right? The Nat 1s and Nat 2s are what you're going to be leveling up to feed into your 3, 4, and 5 stars to take them up to 6-star. In order to take a 3-star up to 4-star, you have to have 3 level 1 3-stars that you feed into a max level 3-star, and then that would put them at 4-star. One good thing about this game, as opposed to some of the other games out there, when you take a unit from 3-star to 4-star, or 4-star to 5-star, or 2-star to 3-star, you do not lose the levels. You don't have to start back at level 1. It just gives them the advance on the level cap. So saves a little bit of time there compared to the other games. But as I said, the tutorial is going to walk you through a bunch of that and kind of give you a demonstration on it. And you can't really avoid the tutorial, so just go ahead, jump in there and follow it. As far as progression goes in this game, you definitely want to just stay in scenario. Just farm normal. You'll probably get stuck about 2 hours in on the second island in scenario. Then when you get stuck, you can check your runes, make sure you've got your runes leveled up. Don't take your early runes past +9. On scenario normal, once you hit that stuck phase, you can go back to the first island, the first zone on the first island, and swap it from normal to hard, and then focus on farming through that and clearing those and collecting those rewards until you get stuck probably 30 to 45 minutes later, and then you can go back to the first island and start clearing that on hell until you get stuck again. Just kind of rinse and repeat that process the entire game until you beat scenario. At the same time, you're really wanting to focus on those clear and starter rewards. They're going to help you a lot. Another unique feature of this game are hero skills. Right, so we've got a skill tree pulled up right here for the Guardian Knight. Basically, the skill 1, you can never change it. It's always there. You see the little 1/5. That's how many skill ups you have into that skill. They get extra buffs. So in here you can see swing. The first skill up will give it extra 10% damage. Second skill up gives it an extra 10% trigger rate, and so forth. That's how all those skills work. They just get stronger basically the more you invest into them. Again, this is a Nat 3. You would only want to feed other Nat 3s to him to get those skill ups. So if you fed a Guardian Knight to a Guardian Knight, then he gets a skill up. If you fed a Cleric into a Guardian Knight, then you're not really gaining anything from that. So it's not efficient to go that route. But having these skill trees that you can select on skill 2 and skill 3 for all of these units makes for very unique teams throughout the game. You can always select something different. We've also got listed on the screen rune equips. So the game's going to walk you through equipping runes. They're just going to have you equip some runes that drop from scenario. It's important to note in scenario, each level of the scenario has stages 1 through 7. Stage 1 is going to drop tier 1 runes. Stage 2 will drop, Stage 1 will drop slot 1 runes, Stage 2, slot 2, Stage 3, slot 3, and so forth. There's only 6 slots for runes. The 7th stage in scenario is a boss level, and they will have a chance to drop higher tier runes, but it can be a slot 1 or through slot 6 runes, so you don't know what you're going to get. If you're farming for runes for your heroes, it is recommended that you only farm 1 through 6 for the slot that you specifically need. It is not important to try to farm the highest tier rune because you're going to replace them with the catacombs runes pretty quickly. So don't try to focus down and get the best rune you can. It's not worth the time investment. Just find the stat you need for the main slot and then focus on filling out that set. The game rewards you early on. Once you clear the first stage, you're going to get some blessing runes, 6 of them that are all 3-star. When you clear the second stage on normal, you'll get the 3-star defense runes, and when you clear the third stage on normal, you'll get a 3-star set of attack runes, and you'll get a full 6 of all of those. I've got listed on the screen the blessing. You're going to want to equip that to your cleric. The 3-star defense runes, you're going to want that to go to your guardian knight, and the 3-star attack runes, you're going to want it to go to your angel of death, but you won't get that angel of death until you hit level 5 on your account. So the game's going to give you a bunch of rewards early on, and that's great. However, you need to be aware that the XP you get when you level up does not stack. So if you're full on stamina, which is the energy required to run scenario or anything in the game other than arena, it's not going to stack up. So you're basically wasting free stamina if you just sit here and collect all these rewards as you get them. So just hold off on collecting the rewards until you need stamina, because early game you're going to be able to level up quickly, and that means free refills. You're not wasting gems on that. So if you wanted to invest those gems in other avenues, you'd easily be able to do that, because you're going to need those gems to expand out your bag for your hero collection. You're also going to need those gems to expand out your storage for when your bag gets full and you don't have enough room for more heroes. The best use for gems in the game, without a doubt, is going to be for stamina refills. That's going to help you farm more Kalanite, which is the mana in this game to level up runes with. It's also where you go to farm scenario and refill stamina there to keep leveling your units. The timed rewards that you're going to see as a new player, those are going to go away once you hit a certain level. I don't remember exactly what the level is, but eventually those will stop popping up. So in the upper right hand corner next to your stamina, you're going to get usually it's like I think it starts off at 30 seconds and slowly but surely climbs up to like 10 minutes. But those rewards are actually pretty good, especially early on, because nothing is that expensive early on. So make sure you're backing out a scenario once in a while to collect these rewards. You also get Wish, which never goes away, and that's going to be, I think it's every 1 hour for the first one, every 2 hours for the second, every 3 hours for the third. Throughout the day, so make sure you back out, check on your wish, and collect that. It's a chance for free summons, free energy, free Kalanite. You may get lucky and get like a good rune or a good skill cat. You've also got daily quests and Una's Classroom. Una's Classroom is only for new players. It's going to go away eventually once you hit a certain level, but it does give you a bunch of good information and then tries to drill it into you while giving you free rewards. And you're going to get Kalanite energy and gems from that. So the more questions you can answer accurately, the more rewards you're going to get. And it's only 5 questions. It takes a few seconds to do, so definitely worthwhile. The daily quest, that resets on server time. So you just need to find out when the server time resets for you, and make sure you turn these quests in every day before they reset. The rewards are pretty good, and the daily quest is used for limited events. So you gotta make sure you do those every single day. And that's going to force you to do arena, scenario. You're going to also want to get some friends. A lot of people, especially as new players, you can just look and find people that have their friends list open, and you can just kind of join them or apply to join them. You'll also find that other people may be joining you automatically. So you have a reward that you can kind of send out to everybody and collect from everybody called Affinity, and that just gives you free summons over time. So no negative side effects to it, and you get to use their heroes to kind of reinforce your team when you're trying to clear a scenario early, which is a huge help, right? Because you're just starting out, your runes aren't that great. You can also ask in chat for some friends if you're having trouble in scenario. Some of us players that have been around for a couple of months, we don't mind helping out new players and helping you guys get through scenario so that you can get those nice rewards and basically progress further. So for more detailed information, at level 5, from your rewards, you're going to be able to collect the Angel of Death. She is, without a doubt, a great farmer. She's not the best farmer in the game, but she is definitely a farmer that you can use all the way through in-game. She's a 10 to 20 second farmer, which is pretty good. The only people that can beat her are some of the people that are like 6 to 10 second farmers, such as Lich King, which is a Nat 5. You can only get him through summons, very rare. Um, you've got Joan, which is a Nat 4 L&D unit, also very rare. And the other good farmers are Nat 5s and Nat 4s that you're just not going to be able to get early game. So if you invest into the Angel of Death, you can't go wrong. You could take her all the way to 6-star, sanctify her with another Angel of Death, raise her runes up, give her that first 6-star set of runes that you're going to get, and you're not going to be disappointed. She's definitely going to be able to keep your teams up and help you clear scenario and early catacombs. Like I said, you're going to get a 3-star attack set from scenario. You want to save that for her. Take it all to +9. When you get her, you just go ahead and try and take everybody's runes to +9. It's going to help you get through scenario further. And just like we talked about earlier, when you go to scenario, you're going to farm normal until you get stuck. You're going to go back to stage 1. You're going to turn it to hard settings, and you're going to farm hard until you get stuck. And then you're going to change it to return to 1, change it to hell, and farm hell until you get stuck. And then you're going to change it back to normal, go back to the stages you got stuck on in normal, and see if your team is strong enough now to push through. If you can't, that's when you want to look at getting evolutionary material to evolve your heroes, or look at maybe leveling up slots 2, 4, and 6 a little bit more. You'll notice on the runes, when you're looking at them, slot 2, slot 4, and slot 6, those are your percent-based runes. And slot 2 can get flat speed as its primary stat, which is fine. Another good thing from this game that's not necessarily in other games, you're not going to get wasted runes in slot 2, 4, and 6. Typically in most games you can have what they call flat stats as a main stat, and you don't want that except for the speed. And usually anytime you would see that on a slot 2, 4, and 6 rune, you would just sell it. But in this game they don't do that, so it kind of cuts back on the runes that you're getting that are considered useless. So definitely just keep an eye on that. You'll kind of pick it up as you go through the game. Slots 1, 3, and 5, those are all flat primary stat runes, and that's fine. Early game, you're not going to have great substats, and you'll notice that at level, when you take a rune up in level, when you take it to +3, you get a boost to your substat, +6 a boost, +9 a boost, and +12 a boost. Taking a rune up to +15 just gives the primary stat a boost. Early game, there's no advantage to taking these runes up to +15, so just usually +9 to +12 is where you can stop at, and then you'll be able to sell them down the road and get a lot of that Kalanite resource back. By the time you get to that point, you'll have a better understanding of the runes and how they work. Alright, so right here we've got the scenario kind of pulled up, and then at the bottom we've got what my starter team is on my alt account. And this is a starter team that you guys can use too. It's definitely going to carry you pretty far in scenario, if not all the way through scenario. It'll allow you to do early game catacombs. So about 3 hours into the game, I found is when you should be hitting Blackpool Hills. Blackpool Hills is a zone you're going to spend the majority of your time in with this game. In game, we still farm this for XP when we're leveling up heroes. We just turn it to hell setting and farm stage 1. The good thing about Blackpool Hills is it drops Windwalker. So even when you guys are farming normal and just leveling up your heroes for the first time, just starting the game, once you get to Blackpool Hills, just spend a lot of time here and level up your Angel of Death, your Windwalker, and your Cleric. Your Guardian Knight's only going to be a part of your team until you get summons to replace him. He's not, that's what I was telling you guys earlier in this video, don't worry about taking him any higher. Just stop at level 25 unless you just happen to pull extras. Angel of Death, you can take all the way to 6-star. The Cleric, I would recommend take it to 5-star until you have a better understanding, but she's a good unit. You could easily take her to 6-star and see value out of her. And Windwalker is going to be a unit that's used everywhere in the game. So again, I've got a best of Nat 3s video that really breaks down what Nat 3s to level, which ones don't. But that Windwalker is a unit that you can just go ahead, evolve, and take her up to 6-star. You're going to use her in scenario, you're going to use her in PvP, Guild Wars, everything in the game you're going to see a use for her. And farming Blackpool Hills will give you free skill ups for her. And so once you get her to level 25, hopefully by that point you've farmed up another 3 by just farming that scenario. You can feed those 3 into her. She's going to get skill ups and she's going to get her max level cap broken at the same time. So how to focus so that you're not having to watch a video all the time to try to figure out where to go next. They've got under the quest tab at the bottom of your screen once you click on that, it's going to pop up daily fight and achievements. The achievement quests are the ones I'm telling you not to collect until you need stamina. Only collect them when you need the stamina. That way it'll level you up and give you free stamina refills. You'll also get gems and other rewards while you're doing that, but never collect them all at once. There's the fight quest tab, and the fight quest is what's really going to help you. So at the top of the fight quest, you have advanced training and quick level. Those are the ones you need to put your most focus onto. When you get ready to start evolving your heroes, about the time you start getting stuck in normal scenario, that's when you start looking at the magic catacombs, lawful catacombs, etc. Those are pretty easy to complete. It's pretty much clicking on information tab and then clearing stage 1 through 3. Just make sure you do it all in order. So when it tells you to go, when you look at your magic catacombs and it tells you to go and look at the information tab and click on the attack portion of the information tab, then that will break it down. Just go ahead and click through all of them, and that'll allow you to not have to kind of flash back and forth between all the screens multiple times. And if you keep them all the same tier, it works out to where after that it tells you to go clear stage 3 on all of them. So you just run back to catacombs, clear all your stage 3s, and then come back and move on to the next one. And it's going to give you free essences, which saves you a lot of stamina on farming. And some of the stuff's a little bit harder early on in catacombs to farm, but your Angel of Death, your Cleric, and your Windwalker should be able to carry you through it pretty well. The start perks or super pack, as you can see on the screen, it's timed. You've only got so many days to get it done. So that's going to be your other primary focus. So between doing your fight quests and your starter pack, you're going to get a lot of free rewards, and you're just going to try to time it all around your stamina refills. And this is going to help you progress in the game. It's going to give you some free skill cats. It's going to give you free summons, free stamina, and free gems. Alright, so talking about cats. We've got 3 types of cats in this game. You've got the black/purple skill cat. Only use that on nat 5s, right? So when you summon a hero and it's got 5 stars, that's a nat 5. If you summon a hero and it's got 4 stars, that's a nat 4. You summon a hero and it's got 3 stars, it's a nat 3, and so forth. But these skill cats are one of the rarest resources in the game. They can skill up anybody's skill levels on their abilities. You only get 1 free one a week from the arena rewards, so make sure you're doing your arena battles every week. The only other ways to get them is to buy packs, get lucky on Wish, get lucky on World Boss. Every now and then the quest rewards will have a skill cat, so if you're completing your daily quest every day, more than likely you'll be able to get 1 to 2 skill cats a week. So like I said, you got to be very selective of where they go. Once you start summoning nat 5 heroes, just look up guides on those specific heroes, look up guides on the specific portions of the game that you're trying to grow in, and see where you can put them to better help you. Typically, once you get done with scenario, you're going to start moving into catacombs, and you're going to want to farm C10, L10, or at least work your way up to it. And once you get certain heroes, you're going to move out of that, and you're going to farm nothing but lair, and then you'll start talking about Vapor Dreamland, Spire, some of the other in-game avenues. The second type of cat we've got is an Ascension cat, or Rainbow cat. You know, some of you guys that have played these other games, you know, you've got Rainbow Mon, and pretty much a generic idea used across all these platforms. Basically, these cats, when you get them, they're max leveled. They come in as a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. Being max leveled, that means you can just go ahead and feed another unit to it to take it all. So if it was a 2-star Ascension cat, you can feed 2 level 1 2-stars to it, and that's going to take it up to a 3-star, and now you've got a 3-star fodder without having to level it up. You can get these from quest rewards, drops from scenario, and drops from catacombs. They're basically just there to speed up your progress, make it quicker and easier to level up heroes. A lot of times what we'll do, especially with the growth pack, so if you're looking at your start screen, you've got a growth pack in the upper left hand corner. If you use just the free version of the growth pack, you're still going to be getting extra skill cats and extra rainbow cats. These Ascension cats, you can feed them to each other. So you can take this 2-star max level Ascension cat, feed 2 level 1 2-stars to him. Now he's a level 1 3-star. You can take 3 of those and feed it to a max level 3-star Ascension Cat that you get from your growth plan, and it just kind of builds up like that and makes for a really fast progression. The third type we have is the Pink Cat, the XP Cat, and all he does, he drops from Scenario, Catacombs, you can get him from Quest Rewards. You're just going to feed him to any hero that you're trying to level up, and it gives a flat base amount of experience to that hero with a chance of doing 1.5 times XP when you feed it in. So, least valuable cat, just feed them as you want. No point in saving up a bunch of them. But the Ascension Cats and the Skill Cats, those you need to be a little bit, kind of think about how you want to progress your game and what heroes you want to take up first. When we start talking about other information, we talked about the fight quests and getting your first 6-star set of attack runes. That's basically going to be clearing Blackpool's 1 with no help with a single hero. Angel of the Death is very capable of doing that, and that's where the leveling up the 3-star runes to plus 12 probably will come into effect so that you can clear normal with a single farmer, which would be her. You can evolve her by farming catacombs for a little while, or just doing your fight quest catacomb rewards at the same time, and that should give you enough essence to evolve her up. Evolving heroes gives them a lot of base stat boosts, so if you're stuck in the game, look at your runes and look at your evolutions, look at your skill abilities and look at your team comp. Once you clear Blackpools on normal, that's that first 6-star set of attack runes. And once you get that, that's when you should be able to start leveling up a bunch of fodder to take heroes up, and you'll have a very solid understanding of the game at that point. So that's it for now on this guide. If there's anything else you want me to cover more in depth, feel free to look at my other videos or leave a comment down below.